Round of applause for my liver. Pray for my lungs, I walk up in the spot, geek. Get some ones for the one, and get some drink for the bitches. Split a lick on my bridges. Got a leaf and we twist, and I smoke the hair today. Cause something about this light shit getting aggravated. But I forget about it when the nigga levitating. If you wait for me to fall off, you forever waiting. Nigga better practice patience. Niggas don't get sick of hating. I've been plotting on the mill. I've been calculating. I've been plotting on it. So I ain't got time to beef with niggas who straight baloney. No fingers, they counting on me. You ain't a boss until you caught rollies for little homies. Ex a bitch out, I'm forever lonely. I been eating, I was never bony. Catch a op, then it's a ceremony. I ain't bringing sand to the beach. Bring a Zan, I'm a geek. I won't live with a freak, won't go for none of that. Oh, I'm in the field like a cleat. They can't see me, not a peep. That boy tricked off on a bitch, can't get his money back. Round of applause for my latest fling. I can't count no wearing ring. Sorry, that's just not my thing. Eat that cat like lean. Beat that cat like Tiger King. White on the ketamine. I just stick to dopamine. If she think we going steady, she dreaming like Martin King. Runs him butterbean. Told him check the regimen. Promise all I see is green. She saying she want a baller. Pick her up, she wearing sheen. Why that boy so pristine? That boy sweet as grenadine. X on my like Wolverine.
Hey, Cello, this shit crazy.
Hey, run that shit up, Chase.
Hey, tell that boy he know what's up. Hey, got a Drake with a kid, but you already know I'm finna come. I got Drakes with a kid, but you already know I'm finna come. Put that boy on his neck, you already know I'm finna come. Put that chopper through his face, you already know I'm finna come. Chopper on my waist, you know. Put that boy in the dirt. Ain't me scared to let it blow, cause boy, you already know I'm cursed. Anybody come with me, I'ma shoot him through that tree. Ain't me scared to let that boy know, I'ma shoot him with no reach. Ain't I scared, anybody know what's up, I put that thing onto his bed. Anybody know what's up, I put that thing right to his bed. Anybody run with me, I put that chopper to their head. Ain't be scared to let it bed. Anybody know it's it. Anybody run up on me, I'ma put him to the cat. I'ma put that Hellcat to the fullest, no I ain't giving back. Anybody run up on me, I'ma shoot them in they back. Run up on me, put that busty feet under on the scap. Ain't been scared to let it go. Anybody wanna know?
Any bitches not that loyal, I can't get caught with no hoe. Play on my game, we up in the scope. I got me some money, but I want some more. Big glizzy on me and they killing my foes. Sit by the pine, I fold me a flow. Bitch, you know how we already coming. You don't gotta lie to keep it one. I hard on the track, now I'm finna run. Don't speak on the gang, you know that we done it. So many bullets we having to run. For niggas, yeah, they thought it was fun. Fuck all the fame, I just want the money. Fuck all the fame, I just want the money.
It weren't even a cool breeze for my man Taz.
Gang. OVO, let that Drake hit him, let that thing split him. You be tweeting on the Instagram claiming you a real nigga. Nah, for real, y'all niggas green, your whole team some dill pickle. Get the fuck about your feeling, ain't no money in that little nigga. Spin your block Ferris wheel niggas. I been feeling like I'm colored, yeah, I'm all about my skrilla. I be clutching, need no host, get the poppin' pop tart. I swear that Glock gon' be my toe. Hurtin' out, they coming in, I had to flush all of the yoga. Fuck her all, I walkin' down, might as well call me a stroke. Fuck that shit, I make her, I bit my throat till I feel like me. Niggas stop that wiggin', hurt you fuck with the cops piggin'. Hell nah, we don't leave a witness. Football field get hit with film. Left him dead right on the scene. Yeah, he caught the body, get the bleach, he bathed with chlorine. Yeah, he hit a lick like, oh no, don't say no thing. Mask gon' feel like fuck it. Fuck that shit, they took my dog from me, I feel like John Wick. Mike Vick. Turn a quarter to a 7, nigga. Black boy, my real stubborn nigga. Hit my phone, I'm stepping with him. Nah, for real, get on that. Shoot a slot with core on the mat. Beat that little bit from the back. Kick out that got a mad. Free little habit, nigga. Know some bro that pistol packing, nigga. Ain't no capping, nigga. No, I really hang with drastic niggas. Mister on that shit, like what you want, you know I keep it blick. Need no stylist, wanna steal your bitch, I post a fucking pic. Niggas on that whole shit. You a leech, motherfucker, and your bitch I know it. Mad because you can't even hang. Hell nah, bitch, you ain't gang. It ain't shit, get you touched. Niggas scared to step in flame. Boy, your ass went out bad when Lil Rock snatched your chain. Nigga really dissing me like bitch, nigga, you ain't got no name. I ain't gon' say no name, but your bitch gave me brain. Get my phone about another nigga, but that shit gay. That's like 2 times the same, nigga. Behind this auto-tune, get hit with 2, it get real dangerous, nigga. Know how I can fool with them 2's rule, they ready to copy, nigga. Surgical.
Shot into it. This pussy deeper than a bitch, I stuffed a lot into it. I popped a Perk 30 last night and made a lot of music. We can kill 41 niggas, 9 Glocks will do it. I think I pulled like 12 lines up, my papa music. Nigga, I sell my house for the right check. I think I need 9 rounds today, bitch, I like sex. Walk in, let me see everybody guns.
It's a pipe check.
Deep water, let me say bitch, that's a mic check. They only sent your ass 3,000, that's a light check.
Bro, take your chain off, this is Diamond talking about Big Beaver. Bro, your ass can't even find this set. I just promoted a party, made an island. How many YouTube views you got? This is subscriber check. You ain't never seen this gun, it's a dino tech. Hole on a shotgun, look like we shooting rhino nicks. I ain't gon' lie, little baby hard, but Rilo nicks. 20 hoes text me yesterday, I can't find your riding down Saginaw trying to trick, I can't find no stick.
Bitch sucking dick with all shoulders, can't find her neck. No cap between me and Rita, sent 5 protects.
Do you got that shit on you? This a diaper check.
I got so much shit in my pants, I caught a diaper rag.
Cook the whole brick of wet dope, where the dryer at?
On the plane, higher than the bitch, like where the pilot at?
How you niggas hotter than me and Mike? Where the fire at? Man, this bitch pussy loose, where some pliers at?
Her friend ass flatter than the bitch, she got an iron back.
AR shine light on your spine, it's a diamond back.
Reed said he fucked my new bitch and I'm fine with that.
Man, I mixed my old bitch, where Diamond at? You said you paid 20 for the chain, where the diamonds at?
I'm trying to put my balls in her mouth.
Where Lil Ray at? Man, I need my hair redid, where Tanaya at? Made 100 racks last summer, July exact.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't even think of shit that rhyme with that.
Mike just fucked my main bitch and I'm fine with that.
Damn, I think I did it twice.
I hit her ass from the back, we had a vivid night.
I don't eat pussy, but you lucky if I lick it twice. Alright, I got my mind made up, I'm tricking twice.
Told the bitch I need $1,000, that's the renter price. Just go ahead and chop your neck off, boy, you rent nice.
Bitch, pussy got more miles than a head. Bitch, pussy got more miles than a long sleeve Enterprise.
Damn!
Come on.
Alright, y'all, welcome back to another Stone Mountain episode of the Growth Podcast. I am your host of Blows and Most Smoke, DJ TAC. As you know, I'll let them introduce themselves.
We're back in this motherfucker on the 2-peat, back to back. We was in here yesterday. Hope y'all niggas tuned in, but if y'all didn't, you can catch some more content today. We in this bitch.
What's up? It's your boy Kev. Check me out on at Rich Fitness and Wellness on Instagram. That's my fitness page. And make sure y'all streaming Skyfall. Yeah, we need a mic check before you get too deep into it. Yeah. My girl was saying she couldn't hear shit when she was watching the Instagram live. Oh, you finna check it?
You don't have to worry about them hoes you wanna race. You could let me put you on a plate and eat that cake. Cause I know you want to escape. So let's take a trip out of state. I can put you in for intervention. You can sit at the top of the Bentley. Give a fuck about your man, you can get it. Got a whole lot of guns with a station. Throw a shot at the top, I can save it. Cause my demons ain't killing them.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Not know where the fuck he at, man. Somebody better tell his ass. Hey, fuck, nigga.
Did y'all see that it's a war going on hundreds of refugees, or no, thousands of refugees. Motherfuckers is getting displaced due to Europeans coming in looking for minerals.
What do you mean displaced?
Like their homes have been destroyed and they're orphaned.
You said where?
It's somewhere in Africa.
I came back to Africa. I thought I was actually, what happened to shit in, what was we sending billions of dollars to? Ukraine.
I believe that shit's still going on.
Let's see how much it's in Africa.
I did just see that Putin allegedly has cancer. And it's supposed to be pretty weak. So that's gonna leave a power vacuum. So somebody's gonna have to seize the throne over there, and more than likely it's not gonna be someone who's more progressive than him. It's probably gonna be somebody who's gonna try to. Mark just came in, I think. Maybe. Hell no. I seen the sweatpants. Maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, power consumed, so goddamn life. I don't think it's gonna get any better. But I have hope that there will be, I hope, not a warmonger.
Man, we've been on the brink of World War III for a minute, so
Earth doesn't need another war, bro. Like, honestly, it doesn't. It's gonna be the last war. That's a fact. Like, it's gonna be the last war that humans can fight.
we already see the AI is goddamn getting more advanced.
It doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, all because people are lazy.
Everybody not lazy.
I'm not talking about like the fucking the AI components of like artificial body parts and shit like that, or shit to actually help people that need it who are deformed and shit like that. I'm talking about like basically replacing the human resource. Like,
that's not laziness. That's greed.
Greed and laziness.
Why would it be laziness?
Because you don't have to pay machines.
How is that lazy? That's just greed.
No, because you don't have to deal with the employees. Like, you're saying, because the whole reason it was going from assembly lines and big factories to fucking auto parts and fucking machine assembly lines is because it's more convenient, and that human connection of, okay, if one worker is slacking per se, you have to address him immediately, or if he keeps slacking, you would think that's the problem. If a machine is not working, you can replace it.
Yeah. You can replace your worker too?
Yeah, that's what in the first place.
I don't necessarily think that that AI is inherently a bad thing. I think that if we can use technology as a tool, then depending on what it's being used for, it could be a good thing. But it could be used for something.
I'm not saying it can't be a good thing. I'm saying that it will be a bad thing because of how it will be used. Because think about it like this: there's already virtual reality, and the next step past that is augmented reality, which is where you basically making movies. And once we get to that, that's when you will have a real break from reality. Like people who are already deep inside of video games and who can't tell the difference between media and reality, it's just going to be worse, and the problems are going to get worse on a bigger scale. So I don't think people are ready for the progressiveness that the technology is the rate that it's at right now.
We weren't ready for social media. We weren't ready for cell phones. You know what I'm saying? This shit has all been rapid acceleration. Like, Humans have been here for a few thousand years, and we've made most of our technological progress in the past 200. Before a couple hundred years ago, niggas was hunter-gatherers. Like, we literally had to work our ass off every year to survive, and now you can literally go down the street at any point in time, especially in first world countries. Food is never that far away. Survival is not that difficult. It's a pretty big safety net for most of us nowadays. In America, in first world countries, because America's not the only country like this.
Yeah.
But I think it's making people weaker. Technology is, because we're becoming more reliant. Yeah. And you can make the conscious effort to not go deeper into the rabbit hole, which is what I'm doing. Like, I grew up with video games. I grew up with social media for the most part. I grew up with a lot of these technologies that are new, but I'm seeing the negative effects that it's having on me and my community already, and I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm not finna keep diving into this shit. Of course, I'll have a social media presence, but I don't necessarily need to be blue check, super duper famous, you know what I'm saying? That's not really what I desire. I'm doing my best to cultivate a following or support base who will buy from me and who I can not necessarily like manipulate, but let's say like cultivate, so I can cultivate them and use that base to like honestly improve them and them improve me and keep feeding back into each other, you know what I'm saying? Real community stuff. Because a lot of people who get famous, they look at their followers as fans, and it's really, that's just a toxic way of looking at it. That's how you get into the whole parasocial relationship thing, and I don't want to ever get looked at like I'm a deity or I'm anything more than just human, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of these people like LeBron and Jordan and rappers and actors, they get put on this pedestal like they're just greater in life, and it's like, you're just a human with a skill that most people don't have. Good for you, bro, but you're gonna like live and die just like the rest of us, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't that special, even though you're very skilled. In 60 years, I mean, unless you're just super impactful, niggas ain't gonna give a fuck about you.
I mean, LeBron opened up a school.
Super impactful, but in 200 years, not so much.
I mean, he is sending the kids in the community to school for free, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That may be wrong, but I think it's something like that. Mm-hmm. And they could have an impact, and then they could say his name. That's influence.
That's the way you do it, but he's an exception to the rule.
Yeah, but what did Jordan do other than gamble?
I don't care. This nigga said that like I'm just a dick sucker for Jordan. I don't give a fuck. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's and that whole Jordan versus LeBron thing. You realize these are two grown ass men, right? So why does it matter to you who's better?
It doesn't.
Well, why do you have to make it? Why do you have to go to such an extent to prove LeBron is better?
What do you mean go to such an extent?
Every time that the conversation comes up, you're willing to die on that hill metaphorically. That, oh, LeBron is better, and he's and not about and
I'm willing to die on the hill, but do you prove me wrong?
I don't care.
But I'm saying though, how am I dying on the hill if I'm not wrong? You just don't like what I'm saying.
I don't care.
So why are you bringing it up?
You brought it up. You brought up Jordan. I didn't say anything about Jordan. All I was saying, I did say something about Jordan. All I was saying was, these people are just humans. You started comparing them to each other.
No, you said, what are they going to do in 6 years, the impact that they would have. And I brought up LeBron's school, because I brought up the example of the names that you used.
What did Jordan do?
The name that you used, right?
I didn't care.
You said LeBron, Jordan, and whoever else, right? And I gave an example for the persons that you used. Yeah. And then I gave an example of a person who didn't have that impact, right?
Okay.
That was the argument.
There was no argument there. That's not an argument. Do you know what an argument is? It's when we have opposing views. You just made a statement.
So,
fucking dumbass.
You said that I was dying on a hill, right?
Yeah, because you.
What hill was I dying on?
In the past. Oh, LeBron's the GOAT. That's your hill.
In the past. We're talking about this conversation. Which you just said I was dying on a hill. Did you not?
Yeah. And
so what hill was I dying on?
Can I get my point across?
What point across?
And you immediately went to bashing Jordan because I'm such a big fan of LeBron.
Jordan, I asked a question.
When Jordan has done things and you are not informed on all the things that he's done.
Not more impactful than LeBron.
But
right?
you are not informed on all the things that he's done. Can you say that you know everything that Jordan has done for the community?
I'm not informed on everything LeBron has done either. But the things that I am informed on, I express that.
Okay.
Because that's the information
because
that
you're
I
a dick
have.
Sucker.
No, because I have information. Because I'm a fan.
Of another man.
A fan of a basketball player. You're dumb.
I'm dumb?
Yes.
No, you're a fan.
Because a fan of a basketball player.
Yeah. That's kind of gay. I'm going to be honest with you. We talked about this before. I don't pedestalize other men.
Pedestalize?
Yeah.
So to appreciate
the
greatness of somebody else is gay. Listen to yourself.
No. Calling yourself a fan is gay. Mm-hmm. Dick sucking. You're pedestalizing another man.
Pedestalizing how?
You know what a fan is? I'm a fanatic of you.
No.
No?
No, not a fanatic.
You want me to look that word up? You know what a fan is? It's short for fanatic.
As I was saying, right? I'm not dying on the hill. I gave examples to an argument you brought up.
Are you gonna look up the word?
I am. But I'm giving you the fucking rest of the argument, right?
It's not an argument.
It is an argument.
You're making a statement.
To a statement that opposing your statement, right?
What statement are you opposing?
I'm dying on the hill. Basically, yeah.
Calling yourself a fan of someone is in a sense dick sucking.
Well, when you have to support somebody and somebody
you can be a supporter,
yeah.
But calling yourself a fan is a completely different thing. That's what I was just saying.
Those are synonyms.
A fan and a supporter.
Yes, just like an enemy is a hater.
I don't necessarily agree with that. A fan and a supporter are different. A fan is a fan. When I think fan, I think obsessive. A supporter, I can support you and really not care that much about you. I don't have to invest that much energy into you just to support you. Like
you don't have to invest energy to be a fan.
How are you a fan if you don't invest energy? You're a fanatic.
You have to invest excessive amount of energy to be a fan.
What is the definition of fan? What's the origin of the word fan?
Very interested in it.
That's the only thing that says it.
It says if you are a fan of someone or something, especially a famous person or a sport, you like them very much and you are very interested in them. If you are a Billy Crystal fan, you love this movie. If you I am a great fan of rave music. Synonyms: supporter, lover, follower, enthusiast. Because you sound fucking dumb. I said I'm a fan. I'm a dick sucker. Being a fan is gay. How do you fucking sound? That makes sense to you? Like, really? Like, what? Like, what the fuck? What were we talking about?
We were talking about AI, and then we got to humans being lazy, and then that turned into the impact that we would have. And then I said, well, what impact does certain people have with Jordan and LeBron? Then you go, what did Jordan do? And I say, why are you dying on this hill if LeBron is the GOAT? And you say, oh, I'm not dying on the hill. How am I dying on the hill? I go, oh, well, you're dick sucking this man. And you go, how am I dick sucking?
So the conversation was influence. Okay. You want to keep going back to it? Well, I can keep going. But influence. My fault.
Touching you.
Bitch, I didn't mean to.
You've done it 3 times.
3?
Yeah.
I kind of twice. And I apologize. Okay. Like I was saying, bro. People don't appreciate influence. They appreciate satisfaction. And as time goes by, you'll see the greatness of the tenacious ability to be great and the influence that it has on people. As in, for instance, going back to basketball, how Jordan influenced the game of basketball to make people such as Kobe and other people such great success, like KD and shit like that. We're still seeing the influence of Kobe and how he changed the game, and then as the times go by, we're seeing the change of the influence of Steph Curry and how he changed the game. So there's other things that people do in their life that have influence not outside of their profession. So to say that it wouldn't matter in 60 years, their name will be in conversations, it won't be as impactful, but it would still be brought up. Their name will still be living on.
Okay. I don't know. I think that 60 years is a good example. It's about a generation. Let's think 60 years in the past. Like Dr. J, we respect Dr. J. Do you care about Dr. J? You know what I'm saying? Does Dr. J's impact really like make any difference on today's NBA since we're talking about sports?
Dr. J?
Probably not too much. I'm sure in ways that we may not see. Someone who may have been around this time. Well, there it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that your actions will last a lot longer than your name. You know what I'm saying? And some people will be exceptions to that rule, like LeBron if you start schools and
your actions are tied to your name. Your actions are tied to your name.
Your actions can be bigger than your name, though, for sure.
Not necessarily. Like, give me an example of what you mean.
Where
their actions are bigger than their name.
Their actions are bigger than their name. So, have you ever heard that the winners get to tell the story?
The winners get to tell the story?
Yeah, or the history is told by the winners, something like that. History is told by the winners. So, for example, some of these inventions, like, let's say, keep it simple, the table. First nigga invented the table. You know his name? Tables are everywhere. His creation outlived his name. Now that's a pretty ancient piece of technology, so we go through more advanced. Let's say the microphone. Some niggas probably know who made the microphone. In general, that invention outlived that person's name. Let's say the stripper pole. Who invented the stripper pole? No one knows and nobody cares. Same thing with the microphone, same thing with the table. Same thing in 60 to 120 years. We're not going to care who was the first one. Maybe we care. We're not going to care as much as, oh, Steph Curry was the first nigga shooting deep threes. Like, everyone's going to be shooting deep threes. There's little boys right now that are firing shit from deep.
Yeah, because of him.
You can say because of him, and fair, but that style is going to outlive him. And it'll become bigger than just Curry.
I mean, it's not a style that he started. Like, he didn't start the three-point shot. He just made it more efficient and better. He does it more efficient and better than everybody else. And it hasn't been seen before. And it's being televised more than it ever has been because more NBA games are being televised than it were when their actual, like, the rest of those great shooters were in their careers, like their primes. So when he did have his great shooting spurts, everybody, their son, their dad was fucking watching. So that influenced the generation.
It's a little bit different nowadays because we have media that will more than likely outlast us and that'll have your name attached to it. But I still think that, I think I proved my point that your name does not always have to be attached to your creation. You know what I mean? It's you make a good point that it's different nowadays now that we are able to.
The internet is forever.
Yeah, now we can put things on the internet, but I don't know. I'm bringing it back to the whole fan conversation. I'm not gonna call myself a fan of somebody. Yeah, I can support them, and okay, it's a synonym. But when I hear fan, I think fanatic, and you can say, "Oh, I'm wrong," but that's my understanding of the root of it.
I've been watching.
You kind of cut me off in the middle of my point, though.
Oh, I thought you were done.
No, I was clearly in the middle of my sentence. So this nigga said I thought you were done because you weren't listening. But if you consider yourself a fan of someone, you're kind of like pedestalizing them in a way and making them greater than life, and I'm just not really there for that. I think that life is becoming more complex and more complicated nowadays, and following people is kind of extra. Yeah, people can inspire you and you can support, but to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm a fan of somebody," no, I ain't a fan of nobody.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
When I say I'm a fan, or in that instance when I said I'm a fan, because it's not something that I did.
Oh, you done? Exactly. You could fucking just listen when it's clear that the person is done.
As you see, I had a fucking pause, so I thought we were done. I did hear a pause, and you really want to get technical. But, like I was saying, as a fan, I grew up watching LeBron, as in the first basketball games I watched was LeBron, and I grew up watching him more and more. So, the thing is, when I say being a fan, and I have to, people argue that, they argue his greatness, and I have to argue his greatness.
You have to?
If you're not, listen, if you're not around and somebody's talking down on your name, wouldn't you want me to defend you?
If I'm not around and someone's talking, you don't have to. I would appreciate if you did, but you don't have to. You're choosing to.
Exactly.
Showing loyalty to someone who does not know you. Dick sucking.
If that's how you look at it, bro, like that's how you look at life,
bro. You don't know that, man.
If you don't want to support somebody, like, that's on you, bro. Like,
there it is. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, but I just don't. From my perspective, I'm not finna sit there and call myself a fan of nobody. I can appreciate their work. I can support them, but a fan, nah, that's out.
Okay.
Let's think about stands. Think about, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a whole different thing.
It's just, a stand is just an obsessive fan.
The stand, the definition of stand is what I think you think a fan is for some reason.
A fanatic.
Exactly. That's the literal definition of a stand.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to say that is what a fan is crazy.
It's a slippery slope. And it's a spectrum to me. Like, you may not be the ultimate dick sucker, but saying that I'm a fan of another man, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you listen to what you're saying, bro. I really don't.
Why you say that?
To just talk crazy because to support somebody else, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I didn't say supporting someone is.
What are your definition of a fan again?
I said it's a spectrum. I said a fan is a fanatic.
The spectrum. I said the definition. What's on the spectrum?
On the spectrum, on the spectrum would be someone who is like religious about LeBron. Oh, LeBron is the greatest ever. The way he ties his shoes, the way he stands up, his hairline, his headband. Oh, I got every pair of shoes. Someone who is just completely obsessed. A stan. And then there's someone who's casually maybe watch a few games out of the year. They definitely think he's a good player. May even think he's one of the better players of all time. That's the spectrum. So you may fall somewhere in between.
So,
damn, bro, you gonna let me finish my point?
I'm trying to make sense of what you're saying.
You can't make sense of what I'm saying if you're not letting me finish my point.
Listen to what I'm about to say.
You're not letting me finish my point.
Listen, because you keep going on and on. The spectrum
Bro,
is
I was making
a
a point.
super fan
Alright, whatever.
stan who
We're-
can't
okay.
determine the
Okay.
reality between somebody and a fucking person.
Are you done?
And
Are
a
you done?
common
Are
person
you
who
done?
watches basketball.
Are you watching?
That makes sense
are
to
you
you.
done?
You
Are you
sound
done?
stupid.
I sound stupid because you're
Yes.
not letting me finish a point because you aren't
The
listening.
point that you've been making for the last 20 minutes.
The point that I've been making, I already made my point. My point is, it's a spectrum. I made my point, you weren't listening. It's a spectrum. So you can be super obsessive, or you can be a casual fan. I agree with you on that. But they're all, in a sense, being a fanatic. You know what I'm saying? You're being obsessive over someone else who don't know you, and I can't get down with that.
Wouldn't that mean being obsessed over the sport since they play it?
Obsessed with the sport since they play it? I mean, maybe. Sure.
Maybe. Why else would
Why
somebody
you so
else?
upset?
Because you don't make sense and you're disrespecting me.
I'm disrespecting you?
Calling me a dick sucker, calling me gay. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't mean to offend you.
You don't mean
I
to
don't mean
offend
to
you.
offend
That's what you've been doing.
I don't mean to offend you. Well, Quan, look at this. I apologize, bro. I don't mean to offend you, bro. No, I'm being real. I see that you're getting frustrated with me. Look at me, bro. I'm not taking. Look at. Bro, I'm chilling, bro. I'm sitting. I'm relaxed. You're getting hot. It's not even that serious. We're having a conversation. Sure. I said things that were insulting, and I apologize for that. I can say that. But in my opinion, I'm not gonna call myself a fan of another man. I think that's where this whole thing was coming back to.
Okay, and I understand that. But my thing is, you don't have to call yourself a fan. But you're disrespecting people who do call themselves fans because you can't distinguish between a fan, a stan, and a super fan.
Fans. I mean, they're not the same thing, but it's all a spectrum of the same thing.
It's a spectrum. The spectrum has different points, right?
Yeah.
So distinguish the different points.
Okay, fair. Good point. You can't get so frustrated when people have a difference of opinions.
Even do when they're not listening.
I've been listening, bro.
You haven't.
You cut me off.
I've been saying the same thing.
And you cut me off multiple times.
Because you said the same thing. You tried to make a point that you already said that I understood, and I'm trying to explain to you. I understood it. Here's why it doesn't make sense to me.
I didn't feel like you understood my point. That's why I
Because you kept trying to explain it. I mean, you said the same thing.
Okay.
And then you kept bringing up the fucking spectrum. Like, bruh, if you can't say there's a spectrum if everything is blended. That's not a spectrum.
Good.
Thought the nigga might supposed to be pulling out.
You say you wasn't gonna be there, chilling. But deeper than I'm just trying to figure out, like, why coming back to the point where you would defend them when they aren't there. Why do you feel like that?
Why do I feel like that?
Why would you do that?
I spent a decent amount of my life watching them, or watching basketball and watching their impact and their greatness. And I molded how I play basketball to actual some of them. So I feel like if you're talking shit about them, you're kind of talking shit about me and my interest in how I feel as a person. I feel like you're disrespecting me.
If you think that, okay, so you said that. If you're disrespecting them and their thing, it's kind of like this. I mean, but they aren't you. You aren't them. Even if they are inspiring you, for me to say, for example, LeBron's not the best basketball player of all time. For example, how is that me discrediting you?
He's not.
So why do you
I'm
have
not
to defend
disagreeing
them?
with that statement.
Why do you have to defend them? Why do you have to make their point that you use? Or why do you have to defend someone? I'm not
The only
understanding
time, what you're not understanding is what you're not getting is when I do bring up the LeBron in a debate is when there is already a debate going on of LeBron versus Jordan. That's when I decide to step in because it's always Jordan is the ultimate warning. Jordan is six times never lost. But my argument is he's played 16, 17 seasons.
But my point is, why do you feel like you need to make that argument? If it's your opinion, because you're about to cut me off. You just almost
because
did.
I wasn't finished, but go ahead.
So if you feel like, what is the word you finished with? No, I don't want to cut you off. Make your point.
He played 14, 15 seasons and only made it to the final 6 times. That's not the ultimate winner to me, honestly. So when that conversation comes up, I like to let people understand or put his career in a perspective of what they were seeing versus what actually happened. And Jordan never stepped foot on the finals court without Scottie Pippen. But go ahead. That's what I want people to know.
My thing is, I understand that you're a supporter of basketball and that you appreciate their talent, but why do you care to defend them when they aren't your blood, they aren't your personal friend, you don't know them. Sure, they may have inspired you, but this is a complete stranger to you. Like, you don't know him at all, so why do you feel like loyal to him? I'm trying to pick your brain because I don't understand that. I see that as being fanatic. I see that as, and I don't, when I was saying dick sucking, I didn't mean it as like super disrespectful. That I meant that as you're a fan. You're riding this person and you don't even know them. So it's just like I don't understand that thought process. So try to kind of explain that to me.
I really can't believe you don't understand what a fan is. But as I said before, it's not like I go up like starting conversations, LeBron is the greatest player or Jordan isn't the greatest player or shit like that. It's a very common conversation apparently, and when it does get brought up around me, I partake in it, and information is exchanged, and I learn more, and the information I use in the next conversation. So when you bring up something and I have the information to argue it, why would I not?
What are you gonna gain from it?
It's not really about gaining anything. It's about giving me information that you didn't have, that you obviously thought wasn't there.
Do you have to do that?
No. You don't have to do a lot of things.
Why are you
because
choosing
that's why.
Okay.
No, like, you ask me why do I talk? What the fuck?
No, I'm asking you, why are you choosing to? You said you're trying to give someone information that maybe they can. Are these things facts? Are these things facts? That is it a proven fact that LeBron is a better basketball player than XYZ? No, because it's impossible because they played at 2 different times, 2 different games. They've never played each other, and it's impossible for you to make that decision.
It depends.
So
it depends on that argument.
Can I finish my point?
But
so,
I'm saying that argument.
but you just cut me off in the middle of making my point, bro. So, how are you going? Like I'm not understanding why you feel like you need to make it a point to distribute information on your opinion. These are not facts. It's not like you're saying factual information. You may be saying his stats and his statistics, but you're arguing something that does not matter.
Arguing opinions.
That don't matter. Opinions don't matter. So I'm saying I don't understand why you feel like you need to argue your opinion over another man.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. The argument that you chose is very vague, and the facts that you say that you need to bring up are there depending on the argument that you're trying to have. Like I'm saying, it's a very specific. It's a broad conversation to have, but it's very specific if you know what you're talking about. If you want facts, ask the right question. I'm not understanding. You're saying you don't understand how I can. if somebody is ignorant to a fucking topic that I have information on, why would I not want to inform them?
You don't have to. That's my point.
Okay, so what's the issue?
And why are you choosing to? I'm picking your brain. I'm not.
And I'm
not
telling
attacking
you, this is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is ignorant to information that I know I have, I want to give it to them.
Okay. But why?
Why?
You said because that's who you are, but there has to be deeper meaning to that.
A deeper meaning?
I'm not understanding. Like, I know a lot about health and fitness, but am I constantly saying, "Oh well, you need to da 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 and da 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 and you should da 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 and da da"? No, because for one, I don't care to do that. Two, you didn't ask me. Three, even if we were having a conversation about it, if you didn't make it clear that you were trying to learn more about it, I'm not going to continue pushing this information on you. And it's different, and that's completely different too, because we're talking about health and facts and things that are specific to you, versus me being like, that's like me saying, oh, Larry Wheels, who is the strongest man on earth, the way he lifts is the best way to lift. And if you aren't lifting like Larry Wheels, then you're wrong. And I lift like Larry Wheels, and if you don't do this just like Larry Wheels does, then you're wrong. And C-Bum ain't got shit on Larry Wheels because, oh, well, C-Bum is a da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So you're arguing about people, and I'm not understanding what you're trying to gain from it.
Okay, so there's
You
two things that I
said you're trying to
realized.
disseminate information.
There's
other
two
than-
things that I realized that you don't. There are such things as pointless conversations, and I don't know what you were talking about with the whole like comparing health and fitness to the basketball thing, because it's two different things. I'm not understanding where that came from.
That's why I related it to influencers in the health and fitness field. So I'll use names that you probably know: Dwayne Johnson and then Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you aren't lifting like Arnold, then you aren't even lifting. What are you doing? Oh, I'm lifting just like Arnold. Look at me, I'm looking like Arnold.
Yeah,
but
but
someone else may feel different. Someone else may feel like Dwayne Johnson is the one who's lifting the best, and they may feel, who cares?
Right. So
They are not you. You're not them. Even if they've influenced you, that does not. Why do you care so much that you're gonna argue?
It's not even about caring, though.
on another man's life.
It's not even about caring. It's just an argument to have.
A pointless argument.
Like I just said, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Like,
then,
it's
there we go.
sports. It's stats. It's fun. It's engaging in verbal combat. Honestly, that's all it is. But to what you were fucking saying, it is, bro. Arguing is fun. Because you don't really know what you don't know until you find out.
Okay.
So a lot of times new information is brought up, and not even just with that conversation, just with anything. Like, you just don't really know until you ask the right questions.
So my whole thing was, why is it important to argue about another man's life? And you said, oh, because it's fun to argue.
I don't understand why you keep putting images on it. What's important? Like, who's making it important?
You.
How?
Because you are going to argue on another man's behalf.
You're making it more important than I am. For real, like, I really don't get it. Like, I said I'm a fan of a basketball player. You're saying you try to argue that what his impact would be in so and so years. I gave you examples of his impact that might have that impact in so and so years.
Mm-hmm. And then we made the whole Jordan LeBron comparison, and then I say, why do you? Basically, I was asking, why do you feel like you have to defend LeBron when he's not here?
I said that because I thought you were a Jordan fan, and I
don't give a fuck about basketball.
Listen, I thought that you were more of a Jordan fan, and I thought you would be like, oh, he did such and such. and such,
And I
to
did not.
counter argument, and you took it left.
Because I'm not trying to have a conversation about other men. I was trying to pick your brain and figure out why you feel the need to have conversations about other men.
It's not a need. It was giving examples to the names that you gave.
That I use. Okay, so I was talking about legacy and the impact on humans, and then you brought it to who's a better basketball player, or and then you said who
brought it to that?
You said who will have more impact. You said who will have more impact, or who's done more, Jordan or LeBron. You did say that, and I was like, why do you feel like you need to defend him? And that was my main thing. Why do you feel like you need to defend him?
I wasn't defending him though. That's okay. Now I get it. I wasn't defending him when I said, what did Jordan do? That was a genuine question.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, all right. I definitely didn't see it like that. It kind of felt to me like you were.
How was I defending him?
Because
when I literally just said he built a school, sent kids to school, and did such and such for his community.
And what did Jordan do? Implying that Jordan has done less when you can admit yourself that you don't know all the things that he's done. You also said you don't know all the things.
I already said that though. I admitted that.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to, like, I'm not understanding the point that you were making. You said you were asking a question about Jordan. I'm not a Jordan fan. My whole thing was the legacy. And if you would have said that at
first,
my whole thing was
we
the
wouldn't
legacy.
have this whole fucking circle that we've been talking in.
I wouldn't say it's a circle. I'm trying to get to understand you better. So I'm not talking in circles. I'm finding things out about you as we go along the way. You know what I'm saying? If you want to look at it as a circle, that's just your perspective of the conversation.
It's the same. We're going back to the same conversation.
The same conversation?
Yeah, we're just going on different points of the same conversation.
Okay. Well, how about this? I'm not looking at it as I'm talking about. I don't understand why you feel like that. You know what I'm saying? You said we're coming back to the same point, but I'm not coming back to the point where who's important or who's more important. I was just trying to figure out why you feel like you need to. You said you don't feel like you were defending him. I felt like you were when you said that. What's up, Mark? I felt like you were defending him when you felt like you had to question Jordan when you didn't even know. And it's like you said, oh, well, I could have said that I wasn't a fan of him or whatever, but I never implied that I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. Well, I guess I do have Jordans on, but I'm not just like a stan, and I've never proved myself to be a stan of him in the past. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying?
You said you don't understand why.
We should catch him up on the conversation.
Yeah, hold on, because I gotta answer that because I implied that you were a Jordan fan. That's why I asked what did Jordan do, because I thought you would have points to counter my LeBron argument. And then I guess you took that as, wow, this nigga on Jordan nuts. I mean, LeBron nuts. And I'm like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Because you could have just said, I'm not a Jordan fan, I don't know, but you went left with it.
Okay. I'm not a Jordan fan, I don't know all of his things, and I don't care. That wasn't my point. My point.
But you asked me why did I feel that way, and because like the first thing I said, I implied that you were a bigger Jordan fan. So if you would have said, I don't know, I don't care, I wouldn't have said that, or we could have moved past that when it happened.
Well, the bigger discussion was, why do you feel like, or we were saying, I said I was not a fan of anyone.
Right.
And then you admit you are a fan of LeBron. So then I say, why do you want to? Essentially, I'm asking, why would you be a fan of another man? That's the deeper point of the conversation that I'm trying to get to. Why would you
And then,
why would you follow another man?
Right,
You're your
right.
own man.
Listen, and then we broke it down because on Kevin's spectrum, there's a fan, a super fan, and a stan, which in your eyes is all one thing.
It's a part of one thing, yeah.
It's a part of.
So like, it's you make being. I liked your point that you can what was the word you used earlier? When you said that there are separate parts. You can designate them as into separate parts of the spectrum. I agree, but they're all the spectrum of a fan, a fanatic.
Okay. So in your, because there are people who like sports, and there are people who are good at sports that people like to support. Those are called fans.
Yeah.
And when I say I'm a fan, and you say the argument is against somebody that I'm a fan of, why would I not argue it?
Say it again. Say it again. I didn't understand you.
Okay, so if I'm a fan and there's an argument against somebody or something I'm a fan of, why would I not argue against it?
Why would I not argue against it? I mean, you don't have to. You're choosing to.
Okay.
And that's up to you. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm not about to be arguing personally. This is me, and then this is you. I'm learning more about you. I'm not about to argue on another man's behalf. I may have participated in that conversation before, but I'm just trying to get to the understanding of why you feel the need to have, like you said, pointless conversation about another man. And that's why I referred it to dick sucking, because the conversation is not going to make you healthier. It's not going to. The conversation is not going to make you more virtuous. Can I get my point across? The conversation is not going to make you more virtuous. The conversation is not going to make you a better basketball player. The conversation is not going to make you a better person. So I don't understand it. Like,
Okay,
I
it
don't,
could give you another perspective.
of something that's meaningless.
Not meaningless.
But
if
if
you're
you're
having,
meaningless-
if you're
meaningless to
having
me,
a conversation about a
meaningless to me,
topic
How long
that
these
you.
niggas been talking about this shit?
A long time.
That nigga tapped his phone.
Pretty much the whole episode.
What's how we started? But check though.
Good little
all
minute.
this shit, entertainment.
Yeah,
Basketball, sports, any type of shit, entertainment. The whole structure of this shit is built to distract niggas from what's going on, to keep niggas watching. They build shows on the back of this shit, ESPN, Fox, CBS, NBC. That but all this shit pointless. So that's what I would say. That shit. I don't like the term dick sucking shit, cause that to me mean that I can't even say I fuck with a nigga for somebody gonna say, man, get off that nigga dick. That shit fucked up.
Shit crazy.
You don't know that nigga.
But I don't gotta know him to
Support him.
though.
Like, that's so crazy.
You can support him, but I don't see the relation between support
So,
and
are
being
you a fan of Nipsey?
A fan of Nipsey?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Not no more?
I'm not a fan of Nipsey. And yes, not no more.
So,
because I'm
what,
not.
at what point did you feel like you weren't a fan?
When I stopped being a fan of other men. So once I decided that
were
I
you
would
a
not.
fan of Nipsey or his music?
Both. I
Both?
thought that he was a stand-up individual, and I
So
also
when you
enjoyed the
stopped
music.
being a fan, did you stop listening and being a fan of his music?
No, I still enjoy the music.
So you're still a fan of his music?
No, I enjoy his music.
So what's the difference between enjoying his music and being a fan?
It's the word, to be honest with you.
It's just the word.
So you
fan.
just don't like the title fan?
Yeah, I don't.
It's supporting.
Okay.
It's
I could-
like,
I
let me
could
get
be
let me
saying,
let me put it in a scenario that we were just using.
God damn.
If there's LeBron the athlete and LeBron the person, like what he does outside of basketball. I don't know much of all what LeBron does outside of basketball, but I am a fan of what he does with basketball. So I don't care. I don't care to really go search for LeBron, fucking all types of other bullshit, miscellaneous shit about LeBron. But that nigga finna break the NBA record. So yeah, if the nigga talking crazy on his name, I gotta defend him. Like, what are you talking about?
You don't.
That was the point that I was making.
Hang on.
You don't have to. You're choosing.
Okay,
to.
I don't have to, but I
See
want
that
to.
now? See what he's saying? They got to. Don't got to do shit.
That was my whole point. And we were hitting bedrock because I feel like you think I'm attacking you, and I'm just trying to get to understand you better.
No, when you say
know what
dick
I'm
sucking,
saying?
that's an attack. You might as well put a gun out.
You saying that's an attack?
That is an
I
attack.
didn't mean, and I apologize to him for it because I didn't mean offense by that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not mean offense by that, and I understand how.
You speaking generally. I get.
I did. I was not attacking you, bro. I feel like we kind of got off.
This nigga a bitch.
Damn. And that's not what I meant by it. But when I hear I'm a fan, I hear Stan. Like I don't hear casual supporter.
But the thing is, though, like that's not something you just say. Because if a person says, "Yeah, I'm a fan of something," then most likely
But
they're
shit,
in that category.
What if I don't support you casually?
What if
There's
you
a bunch of
support
niggas in this where I don't support casually. Like, let me think. Kendrick. If that nigga was dropping a single tomorrow, I'm gonna go get it. If they said that shit is at 321 Terra Boulevard, I'm hopping in my car and I'm going. That's not casual. I don't think that's. I don't think being a fan is crazy.
I think we can agree to disagree on that.
Yeah, we gonna have to.
I think we can agree to disagree.
Because I feel like it's certain shit that if a nigga show you who he is and all this shit capped anyway. Cause I definitely see what you're saying. Cause I mean, all we know of these niggas is what they show.
Yeah.
We don't know LeBron and how he is at home. He could be beating the fuck out of his wife. I'm talking about beating that bitch. Shit. I'm talking about beating him. Damn. You got no idea. Yeah, so I see what you're saying, being a fan at that point. But if somebody do good work, I hold their work in high regard, and I would support it because I would like niggas to know about this nigga that's doing work in such a high regard.
So do you feel the need to defend someone whose work that you appreciate?
Yes, because I feel like some shit is just cap. Like if a nigga was to walk up to me and be like, J.R. Smith is the best player of all time, I'm be like, nigga, you are tripping. And we can now I'm having that conversation. That's some fan talk. All this shit cap. I'm sure if you put J.R. Smith in the place, he might have more points on the night than LeBron. You know what I'm saying? All that shit's subjective, but
put J.R. Smith in the 60s, he dropping 100.
Yeah, nah, a nigga ain't gonna come up to me and be like, what is it, Lil Pump, the greatest rapper of all time. I'm gonna argue that nigga to death.
So my thing is, and not to cut you off, but my thing is, you don't have to argue your opinion because your opinion is meaningless. It may mean something. It may mean something to you, but you're arguing opinions with other people. It's like you said, it's meaningless conversation. It's a waste of time when we could be getting to learn more about each other. We could be having productive conversation where we develop our character, where we find ways to become more virtuous. But instead, we're saying, oh, well, Jordan only made it to the finals X amount of times, and he never made it without Scottie Pippen. And it's like, dude, why the fuck do you care?
It's entertainment. The niggas be entertained.
And it's entertainment, but personally, it's a fucking trap. Like, there are so much more important things that you could be discussing, but you want to argue that one man is better than another man?
No, it's not.
That
better.
ain't you?
It's not better.
I ain't about to
than
argue
one
no.
other man. It's
I ain't
better
about to argue about no
better
other man but me.
Everybody else.
And I don't feel. You could be like, Kevin, you out of shape. I could run faster than you. I'm stronger than you. You ain't a good trainer. You don't know shit about anatomy. You know what I would say? That's your opinion. I don't give a fuck. I don't feel the need to. I don't feel the need to defend
scenario,
myself.
that would be like me arguing against Jordan, right?
Mm-hmm.
This would be, for that case, I would have to be arguing with Mark about your physical physique or some shit like that with somebody else to compare you to.
So, okay, great example. If y'all two are arguing, and it's going to be even more pause because it's another nigga's physique, but I see that all in the same thing. If y'all are arguing about another man's physique,
That's pause, right? What another man's work might as well be a part of his body, is it not? It's his work. So why are you arguing about another man's work? That ain't you. You said it inspired you.
Because I think we should get back to the topic, because the only reason that I was talking about the fucking the workout shit, and then you brought up physique. That wasn't part of the argument.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, the thing is, it's the fan versus fan argument. That's what you're trying. You don't understand. You don't understand what being a fan is. So I don't think you will ever understand why they would have that conversation.
I understand what being a fan is. You just gave me the definition of it.
But I'm saying before you didn't. This is why we're having this conversation now.
Okay.
So, fuck my train of thought.
Yeah. My bad. I shouldn't cut you off. That's me.
For a fan versus fan conversation, is they both have put considerable amount of time watching, getting information, stats, all this other shit, right? And you, who don't care about the situation or topic, just so happen to hear it. You're like, I don't give a fuck, these niggas tripping. But these niggas, this is something that has been like building up. So it's like if you were watching a movie, it would be like you walked in at the climax. Or the turn, yeah, that's climax.
I mean, I see your point, and I agree that me hopping on or attacking you for
being a fan,
attacking you for being a fan may not be fair, and I can admit that may not be fair. This nigga here, but I really don't see. I don't see what you get from it. Like, what? It's entertainment. It's meaningless.
You're saying, okay, what are you also not understanding? It's
man,
not.
Niggas going in circles, man. I'm going to
I try to tell him this, but all right. So it's like
man,
this.
Gonna keep on talking.
So, cause I'm trying to get to this point. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. It's like this. Because the way the conversation comes up, it's spontaneous. It's not something that you just bring up.
It's provocative. It gets the people
going. It's like. Yeah, it's like some shit. It's like some shit that you just bring up in the spur of the moment. Like, it's not something that you goddamn put thought into it.
No, facts.
He get it. Why don't you?
But check though, I don't got nothing but meaningless shit. So just be meaningless or just tap out. I had a conversation with a nigga today. Nigga said since 2014, Yachty has had the biggest impact on music out of any new artist.
2014?
2014. I told the nigga he was crazy as shit. I told the nigga he was crazy as shit.
I don't know, bro.
Huh? Oh, he alright.
Yachty, 2014, that's 9th grade, right?
Right. I'm saying? Not Yachty though, but he done did a lot of shit.
He done did a lot of shit.
But when I'm thinking about,
he said the most or one of the most.
No, he said the most.
Oh,
like nigga was arguing me down like ain't nobody else had a bigger impact than that nigga Yachty. Nigga said he ain't had no bad album. I said nigga, you are a Lil Yachty fan. I need you to pipe down.
He ain't had no bad album.
That Teenage Fever album sucked. That shit was not good. But I was thinking, I argued that nigga YoungBoy. Nigga YoungBoy got type of fan base that nigga could drop a picture today and have 3 million likes by the morning.
By the hour. By the end of the day.
Simple. And I don't give a fuck what you think.
Crazy. That shit crazy.
A lot of niggas don't like the nigga fan base.
I stayed away from the nigga for as long as I could.
That boy hard though.
I don't like his fan base more than I was just like.
I'll take your word for it.
Nigga was like, YoungBoy don't make good music. I was like, bro, whether you think it's good or not, they got millions of niggas that say it is. That watch and tune in. At some point, you gotta respect that motherfucker. Tapped in. Won't tap out.
Not trying to either.
So I was thinking YoungBoy, but when I really got into the list, like when you get into the names, it ain't too many more.
People who since 2014.
You gotta think about y'all even on that shit.
Okay, so let's. Yeah, that is it is a smaller scale because it's from 2014.
Small little pocket.
Thug is up there.
He said this generation. But see, I can't
Thug
count.
is his
He
generation.
didn't count Drake as this generation. So if he don't
Drake
count Drake,
2010, 2009.
he don't count Drake. I'm not counting Drake. I'm not counting Future. I'm not counting Thug. I'm not
Why you not
counting
counting
Travis.
Thug?
Thug, cause
Thug 2014, 2014, 2015.
we was listening to Thug in middle school, bro. We was listening to Thug in middle school. I don't put him in that class with Yachty.
He said influence since
He said
2014.
14. I don't think he meant 14. It was
you
6.
mean?
It was 16 when
That's
they had
what he
the-
said though. How you gonna make his argument?
He also said that the nigga Yachty don't have a bad album. So I'm not bringing his shit in here. I'm not doing that. We talking about some totally different.
But that I would consider thugging that because that's slime.
That's not fair to Yachty.
But that's the argument though.
I guess. You're right. I got you. I'm listening.
Let me see. That's Thug. Who else that is? That's.
I would much rather do 16. Cause 14 is a little muddy. That's Migos, Versace, all that shit.
Migos.
Nigga, Yachty not touching that. So to keep it around.
Rich the Kid.
Who better than
Famous Dex.
fuck you just what's that, Rich the Kid?
He was on QC. Oh wait, we talking about influence. I was thinking about. I was just naming niggas.
Yeah, Uzi. That's a good one.
Shit.
But Yachty done did a lot of shit though. He had the one night shit.
I ain't getting on Uzi till 2018.
He said he just the most influential nigga as far as.
That's kind of that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but he has done a lot. Shit, he gave the City Girls they first hit. That's big.
Oh shit.
That's big. He gave City Girls they first hit.
Oh yeah, we was actually talking about Impact earlier.
And that shit sprung out into there's
Yeah, he
a
brought
whole
us
lot
the
of City Girl rap now.
Brought the world, the City Girls. It's Impact. Bro.
Shit, me. They still making music off that shit.
Yep. He said the whole thing same. Oh, the whole thing. Oh, they ain't been the same now. For the city like that.
City Girl. And them Miami hoes different. That's a different topic.
Southern girls are different. It is a different topic. But back to the Impact. Let me see. You said okay. So let's name them. There's Yachty. We're gonna put Migos, Thug. Who else is in there?
Yeah, you can't get. I'm not doing that. That's not
You got
because
to.
there's no point in talking about Yachty.
Because
Migos
but like we have to, at this point, this 2014. This is damn near 10 years
Yachty
ago.
ain't had no song in
We-
2014.
But listen, we can go from who they are, what they did, and what they brought with their impact. So like you said, Yachty brought the City Girls. Migos, they fucking what did they do?
Disconnect, bro. Disconnect. If you thinking 14 still, I can't, bro. You can't put Yachty beside Migos, Thug. You can't do it. Them niggas is not in the same ballpark.
What you?
Yeah.
What could you call?
Yachty, Migos, and shit, they're not in the same ballpark, bro.
2014.
He said 14, but he was wrong. Like, the nigga was wrong. You keep thinking 2014. The nigga was wrong. Yachty didn't have a song in 2014. He was in middle school like us.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you can't.
We was in high school in 2014.
9th grade.
And he
That's
definitely
the end of that
Minnesota
year.
came out in like 9th, 10th grade, didn't it?
Hell no.
Minnesota.
Minnesota kind of like sophomore.
He was in the 16 class. He was
in the 16
class
Yeah,
with WXL. So
that
at the
came out
earliest 15.
Yeah, it came
At
out
the
like sophomore, junior year. Yachty.
Something like that.
When he dropped Minnesota. Actually, we should go look at that album. Yeah.
I could have sworn that was 2015.
Even then, that's too late to be talking about Migos and Thug. Because them niggas was already running, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
Them
I
niggas
was listening to Migos in middle school, but I didn't hear Thug till 9th grade. The first
Y'all
song.
saw the Judge Reed Slime shit?
Yeah, that shit made me angry though.
That shit tough. Because how they gonna use that? Because like if they gonna use that, because they reading
Fuck the
I think they reading
judge
features.
and the police in the high speed.
They gotta
And the
go get
nigga
one
looking
of
at the
Thug
shit
Life
like this with
features.
his eyebrow raised. Like,
He ain't say this. He make it. When he make this?
you know how shit face you got to be. The nigga reading your shit to you while you sitting there fighting for your life.
Fighting for your life. These allegations. False. Allegations.
That's it. Curtis.
There it is.
And you gotta look at a 60-year-old woman over there like,
oh my God.
when we doing the judge?
Shorty grew up on Earth, Wind, and Fire.
When we doing the ruling?
Minnesota came out 2016.
2016?
Well, the album came out 2016, so I'm guessing the song probably came out 2015. Gotcha. Hot Future.
Yep.
Y'all on Hot Future?
Nope.
Hot Future.
Them niggas too weird for me.
They were weird. Very weird.
I like
yeah, Hot Future. It's
like
music. You good? I featured the group with Tyler Creator and his people.
What was the song
Taco
where he
Ornaments.
choked Bruno Mars in his goddamn esophagus to the Yonkers? Yeah, I was fucking with that when I first heard
Shit
it.
hard. I listened to that bit the other day.
I'd be listening to that shit today.
Well, I'll think about this. I'll think about this. Tyler Creator had the same character progression as Kanye, but in a reverse order.
Oh, he's like woke now?
Not woke, but
pro-black.
Listen,
Out the way.
You meant
yeah.
You meant like
So-
as far as his music.
so Kanye started out calm and, you know what I'm saying, making the music. No, well, not calm, but, you know, Kanye calm. And doing this shit, dropping the music, not really as outspoken and saying certain shit to who he is now. Then Tyler started off saying all this outrageous shit, doing shit, but being somebody.
No, he's a flower boy.
He's a more, yeah, I guess, whatever, polished person. Yeah, so it's basically two different, the same character progression, but different artists. And you see how people grow from different environments and how their music changes and how they change as a person. If you go look at their interviews and shit like that, that nigga Tyler's a big ass fucking kid.
Yeah, I just think Tyler stopped speaking. And at first niggas weren't listening to Kanye. But now it got to a point where it's like,
You gotta listen to him.
yeah. Well, no, you don't. But you're big enough to where it's
Well-
gonna come across your radar.
You basically, I keep saying gotta. I don't really mean like got to, but it's implied.
What up, oh, did y'all talk about the DeMar Hamlin shit?
Oh no, bruh.
Alright, so it was a football player, the Buffaloes and the Bengals game. Wide receiver T. Higgins caught a pass, was running up the field. He getting tackled by a safety named DeMar Hamlin. Made the tackle. It was a regular hit, like nigga helmet to the chest. Nigga went down and got up. When he stood up, his ass passed out.
Yeah,
After the hit, after the fact. Nigga went into cardiac arrest on the field. Lost his pulse. And had to be resuscitated, taken to the hospital, and put on the breathing tube.
Yeah, he just started talking again.
Yeah. See his ass stand up. It don't look like a big hit though.
In my opinion,
look like
that
none
was
of-
actually a pretty violent hit, but in regards to football,
We seen
it
way
was
worse.
pretty normal, yeah.
We seen way worse.
Especially him getting hit square in
I
his chest
saw,
like
yeah,
that.
I was like, I think my first thought was he probably got hit right in his heart.
I was thinking like bruised rib cage, broken sternum, that kind of thing.
I think he got hit while he was like mid heartbeat.
Yeah, that will do it. That will do it for sure.
It like knocked out his fucking heart rate.
My question is, do y'all think in any world that game is supposed to continue?
Player has a heart attack on the field? No.
Heart attack, cardiac arrest.
It's a heart attack.
Same thing? Good shit.
How long was he in cardiac arrest? They had to resuscitate him on the field, so essentially he was pretty much dead.
Yeah, he died on the field basically. Against the team?
No.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm saying yeah, bro. Yeah?
You been in the game shit?
Why?
It's football, bro.
No, but you gotta think
You
about
sign up for
No,
this
for real, no, for real though.
Like,
Only
it can happen. Like it's not always common, but some shit can happen. You can die and each other hit hard enough.
Yeah.
You sign up for it. He don't gotta continue playing, but the team organization gotta continue this shit. If fans showed up, y'all gotta keep playing this shit.
From a business perspective, I agree. From a human perspective, if I see my teammate have a heart attack on the field, I'm not playing no more of that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could say y'all gonna play, but everybody's not gonna really play.
But you know what?
I think that if the team is like, fuck that, we're not playing, they shouldn't be receiving consequences. But I think the organizations, people over it should make the call to the team. But if they're like, fuck that, we're not playing, they should be like,
I heard a nigga talk about it, and it was just like we seen so many niggas get hurt and get carted off. Shit continues.
Yeah.
So the difference between this and that is that we seeing it and visually. It looked like a nigga lost his life.
Yeah.
Like it looked like somebody died. But
gotta win the Super Bowl forever.
But in other cases, them niggas don't give a fuck. And injury don't never stop the game. Nowhere else. They brought up a WWE event. I don't know if y'all niggas seen this. Nigga named Owen Hart. He was like flying into the ring on some shit, and the cable he was flying on snapped, fell straight through the ring, died. Cut the lights off, carted the nigga out of there. Announcer came on and said, "Hey, Owen Hart just died." Then kept going. Cause now they talking about with the NFL, cause that shit happened. The schedule, that game was postponed. Like it was supposed to go on later, can't go on later. That motherfucker canceled. Now we in the spot where them niggas gotta play that game. Bengals and the Bills high up in their division.
I don't understand why. They could just draw it.
You gotta play that game.
Yeah, because for seeding.
When they get
niggas tie.
But see,
what
now
happens if they tie?
But see, they didn't tie.
Yeah, they're at the top of the division.
If one of them teams don't make it to the playoffs because they tied, hell break loose.
Rigged.
But on the
brackets,
on the
I
other
got
hand,
money on this. Nigga, no, not me, but I'm just saying this is how.
Yeah,
it
no,
goes.
I know what you mean.
I don't bet on football. I don't bet on football.
But the shit goes so deep that like if they replay the game.
Yeah, I wasn't even finna call you out on it. I was just like, whatever, because I definitely saw Kelsey on that motherfucker.
Yeah, Kelsey.
All right.
But if they replay the game, that mean that they push the season back a week. That shit go for them. That shit go for the playoffs. Playoffs go back a week, which means that Super Bowl go back a week, which means that Super Bowl tickets is already sold out. Niggas who paid to go to the Super Bowl and already asked off of work this week. That shit got to move if it does get moved.
They just fucking up a lot of shit in the future that's already been put in place.
So are you arguing that they should have continued the game?
I think that they definitely.
They're probably gonna do it during the wild card.
I feel like a nigga should, if a nigga go down, nigga gotta be resuscitated on the field. There's no way you're getting them players to play. I wouldn't want to play a bit on that team. And the game was supposed to go on.
The crazy part is, some of those, I mean, yes, a nigga dying is a tragedy, but let's say you're a fringe player and you tear your ACL and you get cut, your life's over.
Yeah, it's done.
Niggas keep playing.
It's done.
So
the next play happened in 30 seconds and you in the back locker room.
Football is already a dangerous sport. I don't necessarily think that I would want to keep playing, but I see why, as a owner, you would be like, nah, send them niggas back out there to go play.
And I definitely think that shit should go towards how we view these corporations. Like niggas look at the NBA and the NFL as like a TV show.
No, they look at the NBA and the NFL as a way out. And I want
who you talking about in terms of the players or the fans?
Fans, people who look at the NBA and fans, they want to get there. It's a rap or go to the league. So I want more people to understand that there are other careers to help you better your situation, and you don't have to sacrifice your body to make the money that you feel like you need to.
Would you let your kids play football?
If they want to.
Before we go too far, I wasn't thinking of it in that way as like a means of what I'm going to do, because there's plenty of niggas that know, like, I'm 5'6", I'm not picking up no fucking football, I can't run fast, I can't jump high. There's plenty of niggas that already know that shit. My thing is, as a consumer, niggas got to see that them niggas don't give a fuck about human life. Yeah. The nigga died on the field, and they made a call to the team and was like, hey, Y'all niggas got 5 minutes to go warm up, and we gonna get this shit back going. It was on the players like, bro, I'm fucked up. The coaches made it half at midfield and was like, bro, my team not going. Like the Bengals coach was like, bro, my niggas is fucked up over here. We can't play this game. And if it hadn't been for that, them niggas would have been playing.
Realistically, that's a forfeit in my opinion, and they should take the L.
Yeah, whoever said they're not playing for is forfeit.
So I would say go to the rule book. What does it say in the rule book? If this happens.
Probably this is unprecedented. No one's ever died on the field. That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what we was just saying, but it's gonna push so much shit back. It's gonna cause more problems.
Yeah, because if you already bought your ticket for that week, like February 3rd, you supposed to be there. Your boss not hearing that shit. Like, and nigga, you asked for February 3rd off. Like, that's tough, nigga.
Look, man, I barely wanted to give you that.
But the 4th, your ass gonna be here or you fired.
You said I should have played.
It's a wake up call, bro. Like, you a man, you playing in the NFL, you making a lot of money.
I agree with that.
Life can get hard. Like, shit's sweet, you got millions of dollars, and all you gotta do is play the game, you train.
But like,
niggas can die. Like, so you gotta remember what the fuck you doing.
Yeah.
You're not at war, but niggas can still die.
Yeah, but
playing dangerous shit, and you sign up for it, and you knew how dangerous this shit was ever since you was in high school.
All right, so look at it like this, right? You're at work. I'm gonna give you an example. You're working in a facility, and one of your and one of the other personal trainers, whoever they're working with, their
They
client.
kill a client?
No.
Oh shit!
He said, go ahead and squat that for me. You tried to squat that bitch.
They didn't kill him, but the client died.
Oh,
right. So
I'm done for today. For sure.
So look at it as a job, because that's what it is. If somebody dies at your job, you're not gonna work that rest of the day.
Yeah. Some jobs.
No,
in the military.
all jobs. Well, in the military is different. Military, you gotta eat it up.
I'll tell you this right now. But if a nigga pass out on me in Dollar General and they call the ambulance and come get the nigga that passed out,
we're gonna close down for the day. Actually,
we not.
No, you gotta keep
No, we
working.
not. What
I was
you
at
mean?
my
If
soldier
a nigga
job.
pass out in Dollar General, it's not.
No,
we
not pass
I was at my
out.
soldier
Not pass out. Die.
But see, they don't know none of that. till after
Stupid
the
ass
fact.
crib.
But that's the thing, though. That's the important part.
For-
Because
for them-
passing out
for them
and
niggas-
dying.
Yeah, big difference.
Big
difference.
But none of that shit was known until after the nigga got in there back to the hospital and all that shit.
No, he knew that when he resuscitated him.
They had to do CPR on the field, so he was over.
Yeah, so there's a different circumstances between passing out and dying.
Yep.
Like, and when he died, brought back to life, and then got carted off. Amazing. But you said like if nigga pass out, he probably high, so yeah, he need to get the fuck up out of there. But if nigga pass out and die, if I was you, I'd close down the shop. I'm traumatized, and I'm still getting paid for the rest of the day.
Shit, nigga ain't dead.
Because that's called
I said nigga ain't dead.
grievance or bereavance, something like that.
I hear it. And I'm with you. That the shit shouldn't go on. I'm just thinking of a lot of other situations. I'm thinking of a lot of other situations, bro.
I'm leaving immediately.
A nigga start seasoning McDonald's. Stop seasoning. And now he dead. And they call the ambulance and get that nigga out of there.
McDonald's still open.
McDonald's running.
It's
niggas in line the whole way through.
Cause I don't know. Police gotta come in there and shoes.
As soon as I see conflict,
I was gonna say at my solar panel job, nigga fall off the roof, die. He still gonna finish the job.
Oh man.
Well, that's
after the ambulance.
Y'all signed a waiver.
It's like,
You don't think they signed a waiver?
Who?
The football player.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
You don't think them contracts come with knowledge and language?
Those are different workplaces, though. You're dealing with heavy tools and fucking equipment that's heavier than you. Like, I understand this is a physical contact sport, but this is definitely more dangerous.
But see, this nigga get paid by the hour.
Yeah,
we already paid. We already paid
the
bro for the year.
Exactly. But
he got medical money.
But he's constantly even though he's in more danger, he's constantly in danger.
I don't like that parallel. I don't like that parallel.
They're two different careers.
If bro fall off the roof, I'm with that job ended. Bro get hurt on the field. He knew he was getting hurt on the field. I'm looking at it like boxing. If a nigga get his ass knocked out, Mick Makamu, 2 weeks his ass in the hospital. That shouldn't stop shit for nobody else that's boxing. It shouldn't stop shit from them undercards.
I was gonna make the compare. I just knew y'all wasn't the biggest fan of like martial arts.
I just don't.
Yeah, somebody die in the ring. It may get posted on.
The car is still going on.
I think
the car is still going. Especially MMA. If a nigga die in that ring, they gonna scoop his ass up, take him to the back, and the next fight going on.
Fucking Spider-Man. Have y'all seen Spider-Man 1?
Yeah.
Been a goddamn minute.
Long time ago. We were just goddamn killing niggas and tossing them out the ring.
Oh my god.
Niggas getting carted off. Yeah. It was a great fucking movie.
Especially in a smaller event, like maybe not the UFC, but like a local event. Nigga die out there. Rest of them niggas got fight. I don't see why they wouldn't.
I mean,
that shit ain't got nothing to do with it.
Seeing a dead body would traumatize somebody. So, but the thing is, like
y'all
saying it would go on, but that's considering that the people still stay. Yeah. After they see somebody die.
You think them niggas would have left?
Who?
The fans. In the arena. You think they leaving after that?
If he didn't stay, if he wasn't resuscitated, yeah. I think they would have left. I think a lot of people did leave when he passed out and didn't get up.
I'm talking about if the nigga passed out, resuscitated, got up, carted the nigga off the field, and they said, "All right, bet 5 minutes, and we playing football." Do you think it's
would
fans?
The fans would have left?
Do you think it's fans in the arena?
Fans in the what I think there's fans in the arena. Yeah, because if there's a game to be played, they're definitely gonna watch it. But not all the fans that were there. People most definitely would have left because the shit that happened.
Percentage wise, what you think the niggas that leave to the niggas that stay? I don't see it being no more than 15 that left.
15%?
I don't see it being no more than 15% that leave.
10, 15.
I'm putting on a show for 85 niggas. 85%. If I go to a venue, some shit happen at my venue that make 15% of niggas leave, I'm putting on a show for the 85% of niggas.
Niggas die every day, B. Be alright. Boy, what? That's a great example, James. I'm glad you said that.
Oh, this is.
Yeah. I think you had to sign a waiver to go to Astro World, right? I gotta go.
But nigga, if you get shot, you get stabbed,
you for real.
Smoke crack, get the motherfucker, get laced with some shit. That's on you, my boy.
But like, so the concert, right? 6 niggas died, and I think it was more than that. But people got hurt and injured because of the energy and the fucking raving and shit like that. But them people willingly went there, and a lot of people who do get injured at these fucking events go back. So they know what they're getting into. So they know the risk that they're taking. So just like, huh?
Yeah,
I don't. Right there. There's a So like for football players, it's like you know that okay, the person that I'm going against has the ability to hurt me, and I also have the ability to hurt him. Potentially, if I needed to. So my thing is, man, to try to compare different careers, I think in the event of a death in any workplace, work should stop, should cease for the rest of the day, because you have to process that. Death is very, as much, it's not very uncommon, but it's rare. Like, to witness it is rare, but to experience it is not uncommon.
If he didn't come back to life, so to speak, then I would say it came. But the fact that he came back,
yeah, but
that's scary that happened. That's definitely like spooky, and that shit casts like an ominous tone for the rest of the game. But
I think it's like you said, these niggas signed up for that shit.
They did.
It's unfortunate that shit tonight was a night that this shit finally happened. Down, but hey, bro, it's 32 teams in the league. I think niggas just forgot about the risk because it's so uncommon.
It's like that's like I said, niggas dying, yes, tragic, but niggas lose their career, their livelihood every game.
This shit going on.
Yeah, but
this shit going on.
Niggas get hurt in high school and lose their career.
It be over
all the time.
football.
So I wouldn't say they would lose their career. They lose a career opportunity because
opportunity.
No, that's it's the career though.
No, because
your shit starts as soon as you say I'm doing it. Like that's your career.
So because you can't play football, you can't do anything else.
No, that's your career.
That's
you
a career
have,
opportunity.
You can have multiple careers.
Opportunities.
We are gonna smash it.
Same thing. Yeah, I definitely think that when it comes to football, that shit is immoral.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that shit is immoral. Niggas should not be doing that. Same with cage fighting. Niggas should not be doing that. Niggas should not be boxing each other. That shit is literally fucking Mandingo fighting. Gladiator shit. I'm gonna put a bunch of niggas in this stadium. I want to see who can hurt each other the best.
Yeah, the most.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who can come the closest to death without dying?
Let's see who the fastest nigga that can outrun.
Who passed out first?
So at the end of the day, that shit is all immoral, and if you fall into it, you fall into it. But it comes. It's like James said. James really hit it on the head. Them niggas signed up for that shit. That's all it is to it. So if we wanna keep it consistent, the game should have kept going on. And the Bills forfeited the game if they was the first ones to say we can't keep playing. And that's the way I would see the shit.
Who was up on the scoreboard on that shit? I think the Bills.
Still lost. Can't quit. Quit. We good.
We're going. Alright, that's the kill that and wrap this thing up. Appreciate you. Alright, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, tuning in, watching. This has been the Stone Mountain Brotherhood Game Corporation Conglomerate, whatever you want to call it. I have been your host, DJ TAC, also known as Cannabis Quine. I'll let my boys get their own outro. Whoever want to kick it out, go ahead.
Shit, I come in this motherfucker late, but I'm always on time, goddamn. It's Marcus, man. My album, Skyfall University, is out right now on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, Rezo. I just found out some shit. Go find that motherfucker. Just look it up. 41 minutes. Take your time with it.
Talk about it.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, man. Don't kill yourself, man. Somebody love you.
Facts.
Alright, man. It's James. We about to head out this motherfucker. We had some good dialogue today. Some good conversation, good back and forth. Stay off the drugs.
There it is.
Keep living.
There it is.
Hell yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the thing. Remember, drink your water, stop littering.
Litter today.
And that's why life is going the way it is.
Cause niggas like me.
Alright.